Hello, my name is Joshua Blanco. I'm here to talk about filtration. It's basically, filtration is the removal of low energy photons. Here I have a diagram that shows the X-ray tube, the collimator, and this thin material here, which is a filter. Now I have them labeled here as what they are labeled here. One is the housing of the X-ray tube. Two is the glass envelope, which holds all the filaments, the anode discs, the stators, right? And the dielectric coil is what is in between the housing and the tube. Now, anything that is in here, inside the X-ray tube, inside the housing of the tube, is inherent filtration. The inherent filtration is used as the housing and the dielectric coil. Because the dielectric coil is all around here, it absorbs the energy, the low energy photons. As well as this thin sheet here of a filter, which is commonly used, is aluminum. Aluminum has the atomic number of 13, right? So it's because of its low atomic number, it absorbs more of the low energy photons. Now, and that is part of added filtration because it's outside of the X-ray tube. Now, another filter or type of filtration is the collimator, because you can adjust as to the field, the focal spot field, whether you want more X-ray photons or less, depending if you want to decrease or increase the size. Okay. Now we're going to move on over here to the recommended minimum total filtration levels. And we're using aluminum because that is the most commonly used filter material. Now, at the operating kVp, and I also have the total filtration with aluminum. Any operational kVp, anything below 50, should have 0.5 millimeters of aluminum. Anything operating between 50 kVp and 70 kVp needs to have 1.5 millimeters aluminum. Anything operating above 70 kVp needs to be at 2.5 millimeters of aluminum. Now, we're going to move over here to what is compensating filters. These compensating filters is what you put right before it hits the patient, so that way, it will absorb more low energy photons. Like that is over here, where you have the inherent and the added. The compensating is the third type of filter that we use to absorb those low energy photons, which are also harmful energy photons. We have three. As you can see, there's the wedge, the trough, and the Frillick filters. The Frillick filters is normally used for like the patient's head or neck or head, and for the trough is normally used for the torso of the patient. You would normally put the thinnest part of the filter towards the thinnest part of the body, right? So now I'm going to give you an example with the wedge. In the wedge filter, you have my drawing a horrible fight here. You see my drawing. You can see that the thicker part of the foot is where the ankle and the heel of the foot is thicker, right? You would put the thicker part of the foot towards the thinnest part of the filter, so that way when the X-ray photons come down, they get more absorbed on the thicker part of the wedge that'll hit the thinnest part, because if you put it backwards and you put the thicker part on the thicker part of the wedge and the thinnest part over here, you are going to overexpose the patient and overexpose the image, and it's going to come out darker. So all in all, this whole presentation is about how to avoid overexposure and to show that with filters you can take away those harmful X-ray photons, those low energy photons. Thank you very much.